Welcome, everybody, to episode 12 of With a Grain of Salt podcast. My name is Eddie.
Allan.
Howdy, Andrea.
And I'm Eric.
It's kind of a surprise that we're already this far in.
12.
If we all seem a little like, it's because this is our second time trying to record this. We got about 10 minutes in the last one, and the power surged. Everything died. Get a UPS if you ever work on your computer. That would have saved everything, but the file got corrupted, so oh well. If anything is lucky, we're lucky that's the worst that happened. But here we're all eating, well, they're eating some ceviche that I prepared for them as a little appetizer because today I'm finally making those mushroom burgers that I've been talking about for the past couple episodes.
Why he's wearing the shirt?
Yeah. I'm wearing here we go. Chef Waddy. I came up with the idea with these burgers. I'm pretty sure, I made them up for myself, but I'm pretty sure somebody else has tried it before. What it is, when I was on the keto diet, and I'm getting back into that right now as we speak. That's why I'm not really eating the chips. I was just trying to find ways to stay on the diet, but it was getting difficult. It's not that hard, but the variety. I started losing a lot of the variety of the things that I could eat, especially because
You started feeling routine.
Yeah, and especially because as Mexicans, Hispanics here, we have a lot of really high in carb foods like tortillas.
It's damn near impossible to stay away.
Rice.
Tortillas,
beans.
rice, potatoes are a huge part of our diets naturally, and it's so hard to get rid of that. And then bread as well. There's so much bread where I was just like, well, I gotta find alternatives. So what I thought of was just like, you know what? I was at the store and I found some portobello mushroom caps, decently sized little caps, and I thought, you know what? Maybe this might work as a bun for a burger, because I was like, I wanted a burger, but I was like, I can't eat one because of the buns, and I'm not just gonna remove the buns and gross. I'm really tidy when I eat.
There's some people with lettuce. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I've made those. I've made those before,
But still, it's lettuce.
and I was like, I want something different.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you tried cauliflower?
I would love to try.
I did make a cauliflower pizza, and it
That is good.
came out pretty good.
Yeah.
But I would like to try like a Burger King Beyond burger patty.
The Impossible Burger?
Yeah, there you go.
I was like,
when they're generic, I didn't want
I
to
was
say.
like, did Adam Sandler make another movie?
I didn't want to say the name brand of the word, so I said the generic version was called Beyond Meat. So it's supposed to be what? It's like a soy.
I can't believe it's not me.
Yeah, it's I can't believe it's not me, for lack of a better word. Yeah, exactly.
That's
So
pretty good.
I would like to try that. Fried, really good, nice and tasty.
Fried?
Yeah, fry it. Cook that shit up, and then put it on.
Doesn't that just defeat the purpose? Healthy.
Yeah, it doesn't
No,
become
but I want to
healthy
put it
anymore.
in a lettuce wrap or something. I bet that tastes good.
I guess I should ask.
Yeah,
I guess I should ask. What do you
guys?
guys think of the ceviche?
It's delicious. It's actually really good. You said you put orange juice in it, and I think that actually even gave it a little bit more flavor. It's actually pretty awesome.
I know you don't like seafood.
No, but this one time I got so drunk and the neighbor came by and that's all he had. I'm like, I'm hungry. So I ate him on a club cracker and it was so good. I got hooked on ceviche. I didn't try it this time because I got a cut on my mouth, so.
It'll just burn everything.
Yeah.
Cauterize
the.
We used to get it a lot when we'd go to the beach.
It's good beach.
My old man used to get it there in the hot sun. It was the best thing to eat. It's like a snack, he takes up to the beach.
Caught the fish.
Yes.
Ceviche.
Yes, ceviche.
Play it.
I gotta admit, I'm a little nervous about
These burgers? Don't be, man. This whole episode and what we're about is just trying things.
Yeah. I'm like I did say, told you guys before we recorded. This isn't my first try making this, and the problem with this isn't really my second try. The problem with it the first time wasn't that it tasted bad. As a matter of fact, my family loved it. The main problem was
messy. It's like a lasagna after.
Yeah, the main problem was it's the portobello mushrooms get really, really juicy. They release everything all at once. and it made for a very soggy burger. And once you get to the end of it, it's really hard to eat.
So what are you
Go
doing
ahead
this
and-
time? Are you like dehydrating the
I'm-
mushrooms? Or what?
Yeah, when I first did it, I put them on the grill. I didn't really think of it that much, like all the juices. I thought like, oh, it'll just drip down. No big deal. And obviously they came out really soggy. So what I did this time, they're currently baking right now in an oven.
Baking.
So I'm thinking hopefully
Dude,
I'm
crispy.
gonna not crispy but just dry.
Mhm.
And you know, normally you'd be like, what the fuck, dry food? Like that's the last thing you want, you know. But in this case, like I'm at least trying
That's
to
what
dry
you
it out
want.
enough. Like leave some of it
Some
in there.
ketchup.
I did make a burger sauce to go with it, which it's no secret. It's 3-2-1, 3 parts mayo, 2 parts mustard, 1 part ketchup.
That's like the cane sauce. They bust through your windows.
Oh.
Normally, I like to add
Saucy.
like relish to it to add some texture, but we're a little pressed for time here. But yeah, I will see how it comes out because it might still come out a little soggy. Because normally what I was hoping to do is on each side, like put them down, facing down, bake them for an hour, and then after an hour, flip them over for another hour.
Now, as you're describing this right now, are you gonna put like a video of it like spinning around?
Like-
Just to flex your.
I don't have
skills?
I don't have a lazy Susan, and I don't think I have.
Don't say
Honestly,
that
I
about
don't have.
Susan.
I don't have much. I don't know. I'm still very much an amateur when it comes to cooking. Like I bought this myself. Nobody gave it to me. I didn't get any certification.
You got a point, but you gotta take pride in your work, Eddie. Come on.
Well, it's because like it's hard. It's
That's
really.
not- he's good.
I'm a-
Especially if it does turn out really good.
I've always
There you go.
I've always
Showcase.
been
Yep.
a perfectionist. Like growing up, like people gave me like put so much high expectations on me that if I don't deliver like immediately, it kind of fucks with my head. I'm just I really easily fall into the trap, and I'm still learning this. Is that if you don't get it right the first try, it's okay. And it's so hard for me to wrap my head around it still, even after all these years of trying to cook stuff. And I've gotten 8 tries on my turkeys for Thanksgiving. And how have they been?
They've been good. I've enjoyed every single
Almost
one.
every single one of them, yeah.
You don't
Even the
invite me.
spicy one, and I don't like spicy. We all know since the last video.
He doesn't invite me. No, I'm just playing.
You
I
just
haven't
got
been-
here,
I
fuckhead.
You didn't even know you.
Don't tell me like I
So
know.
be like habanero. It's like habanero turkey. I was like, I want some habanero.
You'll be here at this one.
No,
I'm
yeah,
thinking
very
of
much
going.
looking
I'm
forward.
thinking of doing like a Cajun, not Cajun. What am I saying?
Cajun.
Not Cajun. Korean style.
Oh.
How
Like
would
a
that be?
Kind of like a sweet, little bit of a kick of spiciness to it. Nothing like I did with the mango habanero that I did last
I
time.
love orange chicken, so if it tastes anything like that, it'd be amazing.
Like I just
Not
make
quite,
orange
but it will
turkey.
have that like sweetness to it.
No,
Just a little bit of sweetness, like a good amount of sweetness with a little bit of kick. Nothing crazy. It's just for a little bit of added flavor and a little flair to it. It's probably gonna come out. I'm thinking maybe add some some berries to it to add to the sugary, the flavor of the sweetness of it. And I've had some wings that were like Cajun style, or not Cajun. Why do you keep saying Cajun?
I know you
Korean.
want a Cajun turkey.
It kinda-
I want a
No.
Cajun turkey.
Kind of sounds the same. To the start of it sounds.
Well,
the same.
Cajun is think Louisiana, Korean think Korea.
Yeah.
No.
So then get
It's
it
time for
right.
geography
Yep.
with Andrea.
Geography with us.
I'm actually
Once
being
again.
obtuse.
Roll the shit camera. The shit reel.
I'm gonna have to like cut it to be like to match whatever the fuck it
Wonky
sounds.
trumpet sound. And then when it gets it, we're like, like an
But-
elephant.
But yeah, back to what we were saying. I don't know. This is with me with like literally everything. Like there's some things like some people say like I like, oh, you should do like a tutorial of that on YouTube, and I'd be like, I don't know enough. Like I don't know. It could be something like I've done like for years, like fixing y'all's consoles. It's easy, but like yeah. Plus there's already so many out there.
Can't believe that worked.
I will
Yeah,
like
but so many of them don't have your personality.
what personality? I'm a fucking rock.
Or his screwdrivers.
If you have an iFixit kit, then we have the same set. If you don't have one, get one. They're super useful.
For real.
You got a promo code, Eddie?
Right
Yeah.
here. Just
Ain't
go
you
fuck
that-
yourself.
How are you getting paid? I'm not.
No,
For real estate.
but yeah, that's literally with everything I do. Like even all those years I spent in choir. Like I will not. It's like I can't sing in public. I don't know how many times like I've had friends be like, "Let's go to karaoke." I'm like, I fuck no.
I'm good.
I'm
What,
good.
what about if there was enough alcohol?
Even less.
Really?
Even less.
I love alcohol.
It's harder to sing with alcohol
Really?
Why?
Yeah. because your vocal cords get too relaxed.
Huh.
Like I've been in the karaoke
That's
with
why
all you
when you
guys.
see like at Applebee's, the drunk bitches they can't sing for
Like
shit.
you've heard me sing, right?
That's why.
Like I can hit some decent notes, like kind of up there. You heard me sing while drinking. I couldn't hit those notes.
I couldn't hit those notes.
Yeah, he's
Have I heard you
right.
sing?
Yeah, I
You
think
sound like
was
an angel.
You can't even do his impressions.
He
I
sounds
can't.
like an
I
angel.
Oh my
know.
god. Okay, alfalfa.
Oh, Darla!
Was I there when you sang or no?
Yes.
You were there with that
Yeah.
one, and then I sang, "Just a Friend" by Biz Markie. I think that's the name.
Rest in
of the song.
peace, Bismarck.
Rest in peace. And the voice actress for Muriel from Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Oh.
She passed away like yesterday, I think.
This is the sad segment of the podcast where we remember our childhood.
Ah, man, it's so sad.
I love that show.
I will not sing on the podcast, by the way.
You won't.
Let's just say that.
I love this show. Like, you know, we talked about how, you know, when I was growing up, I wasn't able to watch like a bunch of
Here we go.
cable. I know it's
Here
gonna
we
become
go.
a thing, but it's leading
like
somewhere.
cable.
I'm sorry. So, you know, we wouldn't get to watch anything like, especially like on Cartoon Network. And so, when I was diagnosed with my diabetes, when I went to the hospital, they did. And so every time Courage the Cowardly Dog was gonna get on, I had to watch it. And my mom, who's staying with me, enjoyed it every time. Like we get home, and Mom's like, "Oh, I miss us watching Courage the Cowardly Dog. That was my favorite cartoon."
Things I do for love.
That's wholesome as fuck.
Yeah.
It's wholesome as
So
fuck.
every time I think of Courage, I think of the hospital now.
It was a good show. It was really good.
Did you hear that they're doing like a crossover with Scooby Doo?
Yeah, I think it was already out.
Well, yeah, check it out. It's pretty cool.
I haven't seen it. I
Nostalgic
need
as
to see it.
fuck. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna throw things off to you guys. I need to go finish the burgers. I know you guys have like a trip you guys wanted to talk about, so
Well, hi.
off to
Yes.
It is
So-
I.
You were acting very sus on the chats. I didn't know where you guys were.
Oh.
I
It
was
is I, your co-host.
Gaming alone.
Yeah, your other co-host, and we are without Warrior. But yeah,
I needed to make a trip to San Antonio because San Antonio is where I went to St. Mary's University. And I got my bachelor's there, and I needed a transcript, which I'll talk about a little later. So I needed one. So I call and I let them know. I was like, "Hey, I needed a transcript. When can I be able to pick it up?" I was like hoping it was tomorrow, which was Thursday. This past Thursday. It's the 2nd today, so you could do the math. Thankfully they were gonna have it ready, because that's when I was off. And I was gonna go by myself because I was gonna meet up with a friend who I was hoping I could spend like my whole time there with. But she had prior engagements. She's like, maybe later in the evening. So I was like, well, fuck. Like, it's not like I don't have anything to look forward to, and the drive's gonna suck, and I just, I feel like having somebody with me would make the drive a lot easier.
it is a
Co-pilot.
long drive,
Mhm.
right?
At this point, it's not for me.
It's not anymore, but it's always a nice thing to have a companion.
It was pretty. It was nice because like the whole time, like I didn't even. I even thought we got there pretty fast. We were just talking and
Mm-hmm.
like one thing I do like when I'm on like road trips is just like to talk and reflect on things. So yeah, like pass time and just chat
I
it
like
up.
to do that for everything else.
Yeah, I know. I was telling them earlier, like, you guys are always like, Alan, you're so quiet. Like, what's wrong? And they're like, nobody says that about you, Alan.
'Cause nobody
says you're quiet, so shut the fuck up. But yeah, no, it was pretty cool.
He liked talking, and I really like listening, so it worked very well.
It was a cool trip. We were going at the checkpoint, and what threw me off was we're all good. I mean, I'm an American citizen. We
Yeah.
all are.
Yeah.
Go USA, whatever. Blah blah blah. But no, we go to the checkpoint. We're in Falfurrias, and for people who don't know, it's a border checkpoint from where we live in the Rio Grande Valley, and to get to anywhere else inside Texas, you got to go through the border checkpoint. And Customs pretty much wants to make sure that you don't have any illegals with you from the border, or you're crossing or smuggling immigrants.
They got a massive upgrade.
Yeah, no, they got
did.
it's
They got like the
it's
heavy
high
gates.
tech.
They remade it. They redid everything.
Yeah.
Their tactics are interesting. But yeah, we pull up, and then the guy's just pretty much like, we're passing through, and I already have my ID, but she's like, chill, he's just gonna...
You don't need it. Like, I've never needed my ID, so I don't know why he took his out. But I was like, okay.
Like, pro
He's
tip...
like hands on the dash already.
Yeah. Pro tip, I feel like law enforcement and any federal agency is just always giving me, like, the fucking, like... They're always fucking with me, dude. So we pull up, and he just doesn't even look past Andrea, and he just looks at my shirt. And he's like, what's the shirt say? And I'm like... Wish you were here, and it's not this shirt, but it was another shirt.
It was a little tiny.
It was like a gravestone, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Over
and it
his
says,
heart.
"Wish you were here," over my heart. He's like, "What's it say?" And I'm like, "Wish you were here." And he's like, "All right, carry on." And I was like,
"Not if you're American citizen."
Yeah. Then I look at him like, "What the fuck was that?" Like, you see, they're always fucking with me. I just And then, like, it's funny. It seemed funny at then, and then I was just weird. But then I told my grandpa about it. My grandpa said, "You probably wanted to make sure if you speak English, so you can see if you're a Mexican.
If you can read it.
If you can read English and speak it." So I was like, "Oh, not bad." Like, my grandpa wise.
Which, I mean, speaking only Spanish isn't like a big reason, like
You're
that. Oh, because
I'm
you only
so-
speak Spanish, you're an immigrant. No, but
Checkpoint's weird right now.
yeah.
Yeah, no. Then we went by our trip. I like sightseeing. I like taking in the sights. Very nice right now in Texas. Everything's really green. I enjoy it. Hot though, hot.
Very
But
hot.
we didn't have to walk. There was this one pit that we stopped at a pit stop. Even that was beautiful. You get to see the planes and all that stuff. It's pretty cool. But yeah, no, we drove over to St. Mary's.
St. Mary's, yes, because that's where I graduated.
Did you guys ride the scooters over there?
No, it's a tiny. It's not a big campus, so it's small. Classes are small. That's like the big thing for them. Like, oh, have class of 20 or less, which is really nice. You do get more one-on-one time with the professor. But I don't know. Like, you know, I kind of feel some pride in graduating from there, and I'm like, oh, my school. Like, let me show Allan where I stayed at in the dorms and where I cried when I was studying for my physics exam.
This is my crying spot right here.
She also introduced me to like this one post that just entirely ruined her day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
He knows.
Yeah, I guess she probably heard the story. She was riding her bike down a hill, and there was a post that was kind of like, it was very close to the sidewalk. It's also like the thinnest sidewalk in San Antonio probably. It is so badly angled. It is literally like this much to ride your bike on.
Looks like a curb.
Yeah. And so she's going through it, and the post is right here. And she said she thought something was falling off of her backpack. So when she turned around, it seems like your handlebar ended up clipping the post.
Yeah, like the post is my soda. And like I'm a above average bicycle rider. So I heard something fall.
Like almost Olympic.
No, not even close to that, but better than average.
Tour de France.
Yeah.
So I think I just hit a bump or something, but it sounds like something fell. So I'm holding my handlebars. I turn around, don't see anything. I'm like, okay, and I turn around just in time to see my left handlebar clip the post, which sent my handlebars straight this way, and I went flying and did a front flip over the handlebars. Yeah, oh my gosh.
You ate shit.
I did, which luckily or thankfully there was no cars coming towards me, only going the other way on the other side of the street. Because if they were, I would have gotten hit. But thankfully, no.
Pay for my tuition.
but the car is going on the opposite side of the road. I'm pretty sure like they saw me. They must have saw me eat shit.
Yeah, eat shit. Relax. No, yeah, you gave
your college experience.
It's the worst thing
Either way.
because I was about to say like, yeah, you gave those people a show. And like, after that, I don't want to say that. Come on, guys.
Off a
We get it.
bicycle.
We're
Eating
this
ass.
close to a sponsorship. Like I'm even
That's
watching
Olympic
my
gold right there.
Yeah.
That was a sport.
Yeah, I went from 0 to 100 real quick.
I hate
I
shit.
get up, I lick my wounds, but damn, like, no, but it's really cool. It was a funny trip. It's like awesome trip, but like inspiring. I want to go to school now and all that good stuff because like it's cool seeing all that and seeing people learning and stuff. Maybe I don't want to go there because like I mean I'm no like fancy schmancy like schoolboy, but I want to go to school, learn a trade or some shit. Like that's interesting.
And he's like this when it's like summer too. So like there's nobody on campus. Campus was dead. So it's like too bad like he couldn't have seen it.
Yeah, it's cool seeing everything like. The library where they do their thing. Nobody was there, but
Where
it's
I
so cool.
cried.
Yeah, like it's
Most people do.
Mhm.
it's like it's really it has just this like vibe and it's like pretty cool. I want to go to school. It'd be cool. So yeah, no, it was pretty cool seeing that. I had gone there once when I was in high school with the high school trip. I went to IDEA. Some of the people I went to IDEA with, they went to that school, and we went to see that in Our Lady of the Lake, which isn't that far from there. And we took a tour of both, and we took a minor look at that one because they decided to sneak in a trip to the zoo. So I hadn't seen a lot of that school. I think we did exactly what we did. But it was cool because she went and had to get her transcripts into like the main hall or whatever.
Oh, easy process?
Oh yeah, it was fast for once. But supposedly she says that it gets long as fuck sometimes.
Like I said, because it's summer, so like there's not that many students.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's talking about the first building that they built for St. Mary's. It was actually built in 1864.
Yeah.
It's old as fuck.
It has like hardwood and everywhere, like like the brown wood, like mahogany, some shit like that. I don't know, I ain't no carpenter. That shit's Jesus. But yeah,
Was it you that told me the history of that place? Where it was built around the time where
Great War.
Yeah, where the men went to war.
It was before,
It was nothing but women on the campus, and then from then on, it's been like that.
No, I don't think
Is
that
that
was
all
me.
bullshit? Is it okay?
No, because they built it, of course, in 1864, and it was an all men's school. So I think they had one football team, which we all were very happy about, because our football team is undefeated. They've never lost, but that's because they only played one game. Because after that first game, everyone's like, "All right, off to the war," and so we're undefeated. But it's a really nice building. Like you said, it's all. They're trying to preserve everything.
Yeah. It's nice.
And it has a history, but
we were walking by and there was like some guy's fancy schmancy office. It was like cool. It looked like the White House. It was
the president of the school, yeah.
Yeah, that's his office.
That's his
The one that was
office.
open. I
Was
wanted
it the dean or?
No, he's the president.
Oh,
The president of St. Mary's.
Oh,
like Benjamin
like
Franklin.
big wig, you know?
Yeah, like
Real big,
Benjamin
real big
Franklin, president. You know.
We went there.
Benjamin Franklin's not a president. So
We went there. I picked up my transcript, which is I was like, okay, first thing we're gonna do is pick up my transcript because that's a for sure thing we need to do. Afterwards, we were super hungry, so we go eat at Chili's, and then Chili's was really good. I ate my whole plate. This dude like barely ate a quarter.
Everybody says I
You're
never
talking to the
ate.
cook and.
I always
What are you
like.
putting there?
I always listen to this. No, it was actually really good. Like I said, like most of you know what happened? I told you the soup. I ate a lot of soup, and then like once the food came, I was like full on soup. I eat like a bird. Like I don't eat a lot, but okay, well I do. I eat a lot throughout the day. But yeah, no, we ate at Chili's, and it was actually in this plaza where like everything was like shaped like warehouses. It was pretty neat. Like what did they call it? The quarry?
The quarry.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. They even had like this big theater that had like smokestacks and stuff like that. It was pretty cool. It was neat seeing that style of place.
It's the nicest. This is a nice area, and I think Alan, you said that you just go through San Antonio. You never really like get to go down and see it.
Like I think when we went with IDEA, we went there. We just went to the Alamo, and I think we did the whole river walk thing. But we went like on a little boat, and they told us like the history of San Antonio, and then we went. But I was like freshman here, and that seems like so long ago. Like I think I graduated high school 7 years ago, and then So it was like 11 years ago that happened. Yeah, when I was a freshman.
So I've been to San Antonio more than you.
Yeah, you probably
A lot
have.
more.
That's the only time I went, because we would go with my dad, but we would always just go to Austin. I don't know if you remember. Like, I have my godfather. He's up in Austin, like Uncle Jack or something like that. I don't know.
You don't even.
I haven't seen him in forever. Like, I don't even know if my dad still talks to him. But yeah, like we would go up to Austin and spend summers there and hang out. So that I would only go through there. That's because like I've been to Austin multiple times, but I have never been to like the Capitol building. And I think we went one time and the bus went by it because again, I think it was on this field trip that when we went to UT at the end of the year. At the end of the year, they took us to University of Texas at Austin.
Funny story about the Capitol. We went there after like this was 6th grade for me, and we like kicked ass at robotics. So yeah,
Nice.
and what do you call it? We built the most like tech savvy robot on like our whole like from 6th, 7th, and 8th. That the 8th graders jacked our robot and won the competition, and
What
we had
the
no say so because we
heck?
were 6th graders.
That sucks.
I was like, all right, I'm out. I'm done with this crap.
Damn.
But after that, we won as like a school, so yay. But we went.
That's
we went
not
to,
cool at all.
It isn't.
That
That's not cool at
sucks.
all. I would be livid.
It's my first experience of corruption. But
Yeah, like I would like dress in a superhero costume and fight crime after that. Like that's an injustice. Like that's bad.
oh, what do you call it? But after that W, we went to the Capitol, and last time I saw like a what do you call it? A replica of a nice revolver, and it has like silver bullets, like actual silver bullets, but the revolver was fake, But it just looked really nice,
That's cool.
and it was like $300,
Yeah.
and I had the 300.
You bought
So
it?
my dumbass, a 6th grader, thought I could buy it. So I went up there like, I want that one. They're like, no. I was like, well, why not? Like, they're like, what? How old are you? I was like, what? There's an age limit?
It was like on display.
Yeah, it was like top shelf. It looked really nice. It got like what do you call it? The Texas flag behind it. It's more like a replica.
They
type
thought
thing,
you would
know?
use it to like rob a liquor store or something.
They're like, you're so young. There's an age limit.
There's
no,
a lawsuit
no,
waiting
no.
to happen here.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is totally gonna. Like,
Somebody's
somebody's
like, well, damn, what do I do with $300? It's a kid. Shit.
It's funny on Wish you can buy like stuff like that now too. Like I've seen it because like I remember one time I thought it recommended a gun to me from Wish, and I was like, it can't be that easy. The
No,
FBI.
have you seen the memes?
Yeah.
The costume you ordered from the one you saw in the.
So I'm like, I'm squinting
Online.
at it like, oh, it can't be. But then I looked into it, and they sell replicas. They sell like guns with like fake bullets and stuff like that, and that's waiting
I
for a
hope.
lawsuit.
Yeah, because I hope they're saying they're fake, and I hope it really is. It's not just like a front.
Like we were talking about Wayfair too at the coffee shop. Do you
Oh.
remember that?
Oh
Wayfair?
yeah, I heard about that. That
It's
made me a
crazy.
decent flip on the stock market.
Yeah, because it went down.
It went down so
So bad.
drastic.
I was like,
and I
what?
was like,
Larry?
cha-ching.
What are you talking about? But no, okay, I get you now.
Yeah, and then that whole rumor went away, and then it went back up. Easy pickings.
Damn. Yeah. no drama.
Noise.
Yeah, but I don't know if you think it's true, but I think it's just people getting attention.
Yeah, it's mahogany.
It's fucking-
No, but yeah, we went to this little coffee shop because she met up with her friend, like she was saying,
Mm-hmm.
and they had these little pastries. Well, bro, first of all, I have a gripe. Alan has a gripe. No, but they said they had beer.
Oh.
They
Okay.
said they had beer, and I asked, and it said up there, beer, wine, bubbly, and whatever people drink in San Antonio. And I'm like, what
Rosé.
beers do you have?
Strawberry
We
wine.
have this right here, and it's like rosé, seltzer water, like wine in a can.
I don't think there was any beer at all.
Yeah, and then they
Mike's hard lemonade.
they had this one thing that was like something like Ian's mead or something, but it wasn't mead. It was like iced like tea with berries that was alcoholic, I think.
Oh
Wow.
Yeah, that was that. And she's like, "That's all we have." And I was like, "Then take beer down. Like, just take beer down. Don't break my heart like that." No, but she got a little tart, like a little chocolate tart.
A
and
s'mores tart.
Yeah, it was really good.
Mm-hmm. And it was a really nice time. Just hang out with her. Just really got to talk. I was hoping to stay there for 15 minutes, but it's like obviously like no, like I don't see her very often, so we were there for a good hour. We didn't get to leave till 5. Which means we didn't get home until late, and I worked the next morning, which sucked, but I made it to work.
Yeah, I
That
was
was
even
good.
getting tired the last hour of the ride. Like,
You didn't even drink your Monster.
I know, because I was like, if I drink it now, I'm not gonna go to bed. I'm not, and I hate that when like I'm all up like what's life about? Like I'm up like that, like all night with Monster. So yeah, no, I didn't want to drink it that late. So yeah, we got there like at 9 or 10, and then I quickly just like I was actually pretty tired. I went to bed early. I've been trying to go to bed early, you know. So yeah.
I called my mom and telling her like, I finally dropped the Fallon. I'm heading home. I'm super tired. I want to go to bed. And then my sister tells me, get me McDonald's. And I'm such a great person that I got her McDonald's.
That's
And
right.
then I made it a whole
Just like
family
that.
thing, so I didn't get to go to sleep till late.
Bragging rights. Who's the better sister?
Me. She don't do shit. Ah. Yeah, but I needed my transcript because I applied at our local college to get my basic firefighting certificate, which is something I'm super excited about.
Whoa.
Firefighting, yeah.
What was the sudden move?
It's always been.
Transition?
I've always like when you're in school.
Oh yeah.
You're
the
in
whole...
pre-K, kinder. They ask you, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" First answer was always a firefighter. Always. I think there's even a picture of me somewhere in elementary school as a firefighter for the Halloween contest. Like I've always wanted to.
Yeah, I think I even asked you that on the drive, and it was pretty funny because I don't care. We don't shit on cops, but like I asked her like, yeah, like you wouldn't want to be a cop, right? She was like, no, like I want to actually I want to be active, helping, doing something. Not that they don't help, but like they're two very different services that they provide. Let's be real. With the current times, there's nothing wrong, but not a lot of people want to be a cop. It's an honest fact. I even know for a fact right now there's shortages in America of police officers. Like a lot of police officers having a rough time. Not all of them are bad. Not all of them are crooks. But most cops are bastards. But not most.
There we go.
They're cool. They're cool. But
So
We're getting
off topic. But like I said earlier today, you already know I'm a type 1 diabetic. When I was diagnosed in 2008, and so I'm in the hospital. Like I'm finally like, okay, she's not gonna die right now. Let's talk to her. And so,
Holy shit.
yeah, the doctor comes in and he's like, all right, so this is what it is. This is what you have. Your whole life is gonna change. You gotta do this every day. You gotta make sure you take care of this. Don't eat this. And then he starts going about like the don'ts, like, or you can't.
The do's and don'ts.
And it's like, oh, you can't join the military. You can't, eat whatever you want, whenever you want now. And it's like, you can't be a firefighter. And boy, my dream was crushed. That was the dream. And then, oh, nah. They're not going to let you. They're not going to allow you. So I stopped thinking about it for a while. And I started thinking like, okay, what else can I do? Which is why I went to St. Mary's. But recently, like a year or a year and a half ago, my mom was watching a movie and they had firefighters in it. I think it was the one with John Cena.
Oh boy.
which one's that one?
It's not the greatest movie.
It's like the lowest firefighter movie.
There's a lot of good. There's a lot of
There's
good.
a lot of good
firefighter
ones
movies,
out
to be
there.
fair, yeah, I
And
probably got one of them.
It was
Ladder
hard.
49. There's a lot of good ones out there. You chose.
Backdraft.
I couldn't sit through it. But it got me thinking. It's like, okay, hold up. I still want to be a firefighter. So I had Googled, can diabetics become firefighters now? And I think I'm not too sure with the exact date, but I was diagnosed in 2008, and I believe in 2009 is when the American Diabetes Association started getting into talks with more government or big organizations about firefighters and firefighter safety. And they're saying like, oh, okay, now you know what? Diabetics can be.
Ah!
God.
I literally thought like your PC.
I just lit a bunch of bugs.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, there's like
I thought your
particles
PC
everywhere.
exploded. I was like, this is it. Cover the eyes, my glasses everywhere. But no, there were bugs.
Fuck, man.
Well, I'm about to take off the diffuser of this one and just.
Oh my gosh.
That's
Did
interesting
you
though.
break your door?
And we were in a very interesting part of our conversation.
Oh, you got genuine
Oh,
reactions.
my God.
Okay, but no, that's pretty interesting. I didn't know that the
Andrea
American
teed it up,
Diabetic
though.
Association were like would do talks to actually like have diabetic rights, you know, like in the workplace.
Well,
And
yes.
it's pretty- No, but like
I didn't know y'all had rights.
no, like I didn't know like in regards like no, like let me talk, guys.
Yes.
No, like I mean, like when it comes to like you know, they say they don't take anybody. There isn't any type 1 diabetics before that as firemen, and they went in there like with their research and their information, and they actually paved way for a new generation of firemen that are diabetic. That's pretty cool. Like I didn't know that they did that.
So, oh my gosh. I'm trying to still.
I'll let you finish the conversation before we do.
Yeah, I'm trying to calm down. My heartbeat's still racing. I
I can't wait to see how that looks in editing.
Oh my god.
I was like, let's get on camera. I'm like tiptoeing very slowly because I have like my deck outside, and usually you can hear the banging of like my feet or whatever.
Your Minotaur moves.
But I thought, you know what, I'm gonna spook him a little bit. Or I wasn't even thinking about that until I actually kicked the door in.
You fucker.
I should have seen this coming because I heard some.
Yeah, he actually pulled the show.
He's a little bug.
You should have
There's
picked a
another
heart. You should have picked a heart attack and drive. Oh my gosh! Scare all of us completely.
But
As you talk about your dreams.
I
and
know my
aspirations.
dreams.
Dreams and aspirations. Wake up! Don't let your dreams be dreams.
Damn.
Oh my gosh. Fuck. I don't even remember where I was. So, yeah, in 2009, they're like, diabetics can be firefighters now as long they had to make like a criteria list of obviously things.
List of criteria.
Yeah,
Breathe.
talking.
Calm down.
You have
Too
adrenaline
much.
running through your blood.
Okay, if that was that much of a shock to you, I don't know if you're cut out for this.
Well, Shrek isn't gonna come from the fire.
Oh, hi there.
Get out of me, swamp! Like, shit, I'm trying to put out the fire. Like, get out! That's just Donkey's girlfriend.
Oh god.
Shit.
So,
Shit.
trying to get back into this, your A1C, it's a number they check like the average of your blood sugars for 3 months. Average A1C has to be 8 and below. Mine's always been like that by like 1 to 2 points, which is supposed to be 6. 6 is what they want. You can't have had like a major episode within like the past 3 years. So like you fainting or you having a seizure or you having to like just end up in the hospital, which I haven't. So I'm like, sweet. Like, obviously I gotta pass a physical test. Like, if I can see, because it's a lot to carry. It's a lot to carry. And so I gotta be able to.
It's like 80, 95 pounds.
I think
all the
what
time?
I've seen is like
Yeah.
50, and then it only goes up. I mean, like,
Yeah.
it's always something to add.
Remember, like in school, they show you videos of them taking their gear off and shit, and it's like a lot.
It's
I think you gotta do it like in less than 10 seconds.
Less than.
Yeah, I've had all that. Like, they're like, oh, put on the SCBA, like the air supply. I'm just like,
So I gotta build my endurance up so I can be able to do stuff for long, and then I gotta work on my muscle so that I can carry that much weight. And so I'm excited. There's still like a part of me that's scared It's like,
yeah.
no, like, they're gonna kick her out. Like, we don't want you in this class. Or
that's stereotypical. Like, you shouldn't be here.
Or-
We're gonna make it hard on you. We're
Yeah.
gonna
It's a
get
good
easy
movie in the
to
long
you.
run, though.
Be a good
Let me
movie.
document it.
Yeah.
Andrea 49.
She was good
Till she was.
That's like that's everywhere your documentary goes.
But
No, we don't have the most cliche documentaries on the planet.
You're motivated. That's what matters. Yeah.
yeah, well, I really want to, and I'm just worried. And then also, like, if I do get my certification, and I try applying at some stations, like, what if it's on a base to base situation. Like, some stations are pretty cool, and as long as you're good with your numbers, like, they'll let you in. But there's still some that are old school, and they're like, nah, we can't have you. So I'm just hoping.
Do you have a mustache?
Well, it's not just because I'm a woman, but
I'm
I'm pretty sure that too.
I'm pretty sure, like, if they gave you crap about it, you could probably even get, like, the association like, on your side.
Yeah.
And see what can happen.
But I wouldn't want to do
A
that
call from a bigwig would help, but no, yeah, like that's good.
because, like, I don't want to
Be
put
that
down the person that I want to work for.
I get you.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to, but sometimes you have to. Like, you have no choice.
But the Valley's super progressive. I mean, the world's really progressive right now. I'm pretty sure, like, they wouldn't be opposed.
Which is shocking because the Valley is always like 3 years behind.
They're
Seriously.
embracing it. They're thriving in it. That's for sure.
I am, I always say, like, progression isn't going to happen overnight, obviously. If anything, it shouldn't. Because when you try to progress too quickly, like, I think how a lot of things are happening now, like, people are trying to just make change way too fast. Like, no. These old timers, we all know growing up, these old timers, the people, like, ahead of us, that came before us, they don't like change. They grew up the way they did, blah, 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 blah. You can't expect them to change overnight, especially because they're the ones making the laws right now. Like, there's a lot of, like, these old fucks are, a lot of them are implementing laws that a lot of people like to say, like, oh, men are putting these laws together. It's like, well, how many men do you know, like, agree with these old fucks? Like, if anything, these guys, I'd be a dick, but they need to die already. Because we all know they're not going to retire. Because-
Perspective, yeah.
Yeah, but on the other end, like I said, it's not going to happen overnight.
They need to die. We're gonna eat them.
We're gonna
Yeah.
go down to the Capitol.
Secret ingredient in the burgers. But no. Like, they need to retire already.
That's what that sounds like.
That's funny secret sauce.
Politicians. Your choice of left or right.
Oh, if you have like the can and it says and the label politician.
Left politician, right politician. Like, it's like
Instead
left
of,
and
like,
right twig.
salt added, no salt added, be like Republican, Democrat. It's like new
I hate
libertarian
them
flavor.
equally.
I'll just get the whole spectrum, fuck it. But progressive, like, it shouldn't happen overnight, but it should at least happen, because, like, racism, sexism, homophobia, and all this shit, it needs to go already. Like, and we're getting there.
I mean, not only that, but like it's your dream, fight for it. So if
Yeah.
anyone else gets like in your way, move them out of the way.
I'm
I
gonna
mean,
try.
a lot of it, like I said, we're getting there, but a lot of it does seem a little disingenuous. Like the whole, like you've all seen the memes, like, companies during Pride Month, like, yay,
What's
like
a meme?
Pride Month, blah blah blah, and then like the next day was it July? Like July is like June is Pride Month and July is,
And then
Yeah.
they all of a sudden
and then all of a sudden they're just like, no, we don't care.
I feel like that's not true though. I feel like they do still like they still use advertisements. I think that like a lot of the stuff they make products that appeals.
Well, no, it's not that. It's just like it feels disingenuous because like they're like advertising has become more like pandering. So if there's like a group fighting for whatever for the civil rights, which they should, they have every right to do so. Like the Black Lives Matter thing, Stop Asian Hate. We shouldn't have had to be there. We shouldn't have had to do any of that, but we did, and unfortunately, it had to happen. But sometimes it feels a little pandering too. Like, and to me, it's more like it's just companies seem to be just saying like, yeah, we're on your side, just because they want your patronage. Like, and I've never actually said this out loud, and it's not like it's anything bad, but I've always thought like, what if there was a really strong movement of something really terrible, like something really shitty. And I thought, like, well, I haven't really looked this up, but how were companies advertising back with the whole when the Ku Klux Klan was like a giant, it was like a huge entity, it was really big. Like, were they like no Negroes allowed and all that stuff? Like,
because that's what I was about to get to. Like, I don't think it's fair to say that they exploit that, because like the whole Gay Pride Month and everything, because they exploit everything. You're right.
no, I'm not. I'm just saying that's the most like recent example with like the whole, like, and all the memes that came up and all that stuff. That's most recent.
Post 9/11, everybody was patriotic all of a sudden. Now all these symbols, all of a sudden, like year round, we're promoting like the American image. And not only that, but support the troops also became a much more trending topic. It became a much more symbolic thing in advertisement. And so yeah, it wouldn't be the first time the big Coke, whatever, like they go ahead and
What?
I saw her laugh. I was like, "What'd she think?" Oh,
I was gonna say
no,
big soda. Can we bleep it out and say big soda? Because I was like, don't say big Sprite, say big soda. And I said,
you went with Big Coke.
I know. I know.
It's that time of the segment where did we get canceled yet?
Yeah. Okay.
Let's pull it up. Yes.
Yeah, but Big Soda is always exploiting everything. Like, remember when all the police protests were happening, and then Pepsi did the commercial where
Kendall Jenner
gives them a Coke.
Oh, that was such a
Hey, soda.
Stop it.
Oh my gosh.
But I've seen companies also do ads year round with like.
I'm not saying like
branding
it's
or
a
like-
thing, like it's happening.
Yeah.
It's I was really thinking about saying this. I was like really careful to say it feels
Mhm,
disingenuous. I'm pretty sure most people in these companies aren't monsters.
Yeah, no, they
Most.
mean well sometimes, but of course, at the end of the day, they're companies. They make money. They know what people buy. If they see
You're not
it,
the worst. Like, it's not the worst someone said to get their point across. Like Gina Carano.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I think we talked about like
And she's
episode 1 or
actually
2.
famous.
Yeah, you can't be a Republican nowadays because it's like you're a Jew in the Nazi era. Like, really?
That's
I
your
was like-
best example. That's your
Like, holy fuck! Are you?
Why is that like the first bullet in the chamber? You know. Like,
I don't know, dude. I was like,
there's a lot of
okay,
examples.
like
You could go.
You should have a publicist at this point.
I think people are nowadays pretty intolerant of the opposing side of the spectrum, which on both sides needs to stop. We need to be able to come together, talk about what we believe, why we believe what we believe. You know, like why are most people that grow up in like rural areas more right leaning as opposed to people who grew up in the cities tend to be more left? Why is that? Obviously, like and then nobody seems to really care or want to look into what the other's upbringing is. And like not just that, there's like so many, like people want to think it's all black and white, but everything has an asterisk to it. It's always like two people, like Andrea, you and I grew up like damn near almost the same, and yet we don't agree on everything.
Yeah.
Like it just happens that way. But like we might not agree on everything, but if anything, like I don't consider it a full podcast without her on it, like because we're close, like we're friends. We can have opposing views and still be friends. Country, the United States of America, you fuckheads. It's so fucking stupid.
Oh, take it down a notch.
No, fuck you. You all need to get better.
All right,
like and subscribe.
Well, edit your hangry. So what started eating?
And I said,
When it all
started
when you.
It's a podcast with you
That's
sick
true.
bastard.
Nice.
All right.
For you scaring us all out of our seats, I hope it's good.
Yeah, I shit
If-
myself for this.
If it's bad, I'm gonna be upset.
I don't know.
Look, he's gonna bring it and the plates are gonna break.
Well, I can't find my actual good paper plates. My parents took them.
Of course.
I don't know. Why
They're like, oh, Alan's coming to hide the.
I just made simple cheeseburgers because I couldn't find any other toppings to put in.
Okay,
The amount of time
okay.
I had.
Bone apple teeth.
Now we got it all three at the same time. And then we gotta show, he
Okay.
has to show the camera.
They're not the best looking, but
They are the healthier.
I hope.
Okay, yeah, they're not crispy. They're dried. Okay, I get it.
Yeah, mine's a little different from you guys's.
Doesn't mushrooms have protein too?
I
So
think
it's like double the protein.
I would think so.
The review of the week.
Hold up.
This is the
Why'd you give more cheese?
Warriortown. This is the Warriortown
You have it
Deluxe.
upside down.
The Warriortown Deluxe.
All right. Let's see how you guys. What do you guys think?
It's juicy.
3, 2, 1.
And if you guys,
Can you give me my drink? I finished this one.
if you guys hate it, like, it's okay. Be honest.
All right, he already took a bite. I'm still waiting for you.
There we go.
Don't say anything yet.
So
We also need
my next drink
napkins.
is brought to
Oh,
you
that's
by
true.
3D. It's
Alright.
also green if you want to like fuck around with this in editing. You can. I'm drinking like the galaxy.
Yeah, it's not using that one.
Okay, cool. All right, here we go.
That might be good.
3,
Alright.
2, 1.
Yeah, it looks like they weren't dried enough. Though I don't think I had another 2 hours to dry them.
I actually like it.
Am I the one that said?
Growing up, I used to not like mushrooms at all. Recently, my sisters forced me to eat it because they put it on the pizza. So I'm liking it now. And I was a little worried because the whole bun was going to be mushroom. But it is pretty good. It is really good.
It is really good. I like the sauce a lot. I'm not a big fan of like mayonnaise and stuff like that. Or yeah, but it's
I think Eric doesn't like it.
What's happening?
You know what's drier than this? Commentary. It is really good.
What?
Aww.
You said it is really good. It is really good. I was like, it is really good. Honestly, though, all jokes aside, it is really
Oh, I'm glad y'all like it. As for this one,
What was different with that one again?
it was made with children's tears.
no, this was the Republican burger. No,
Yeah, we're
This
back.
was the- I'm a centrist. Okay.
This was the globalist burger.
Black helicopter cheese.
No, I made a rub, or like I had bought a rub for for burgers or meats in general a while back from World Market, and that was coffee based.
Oh, that's a coffee burger.
This one I made my own, like my own little rub that I just came up with like 5 minutes before I started cooking. And I didn't want to give it to you guys because I didn't even know how it tasted.
And what do you give it?
Well, let me try another bite. It's not strong enough.
Some more coffee.
No, not the coffee. Like, but it has a really subtle, earthy flavor to it. But you have to look for it. The sauce I put overpowers it.
Couple of things you need to know about me. I hate mushrooms, but this is actually a banger. I like this one.
Really? Damn.
It's like a triple meat burger.
It's a lot of flavors in this. It really distracts you from like the main, mushroom.
Yeah, that's one of my main things. I was like, well, it's a lot of mushroom. I gotta put enough flavor in there to, balance it out.
Oh, it's really good.
I think that's big coming from Eric, because I think he's a really picky guy sometimes. And that's big for him to like that.
With my
All that
burgers, yeah. Because what do you call it? I like the pretzel burger from Wendy's.
Mm-hmm.
That slaps. The one from IHOP is pretty good. The Mega Monster. I'll put it just right next to the Mega Monster. as far as like flavors go, I'm pretty sure you'd add another patty. But you know,
I made the patties myself. I rolled them out and everything. Because pre-made, like you just either roll them myself or with the same kind of meat. It's like $8 more.
what was your choice of meat?
I used a really lean beef. I think it's like 96% lean.
Is that the most?
I
Or
got some in my sleeve.
Yeah, when it comes to like ground beef, it's always like a mix. You want to like balance it out. Eventually, I want to like make my own ground beef mixes, which you can use like it's pretty much just getting like rib meat and then other kinds of meat. Not just that, but there's a whole thing to it that I haven't fully mastered or understood yet. But yeah, something like that.
I feel like the patty has a lot to do with the outcome of the taste.
Mm-hmm.
What's its origin story? The cow.
Grass fed.
I want to know what it went through its last few days before it was cooked into this delicious patty.
Fed it mushrooms.
Trained with Ra's al Ghul.
That's some DMT with Joe Rogan.
Oh.
Went hunt. Elk hunting.
Interesting study I heard about talking about cows. It's time for remove fact of the day. Did you know?
It's time for Moo Point with Allan.
Yeah. Moo point. This is gonna be a new segment. Did you guys know that cows can sense the Earth's magnetic field? Apparently, depending on which where they are positioned in the world, they'll either face, I think it's west or east, but they never face south or north.
What are they, alchemists?
I don't know, but the cows are just weird. Think about it. Cows only stand sideways, not up to down, left to right.
just
What the fuck does that mean?
when they're still?
Like when they're still, they point either when they sleep. My bad. When they go to sleep, they point east or west. They never point north or south.
I'm gonna drive you like a mile that way.
Pull up the freaking video now. Like, there's a video on YouTube. It was pretty interesting, and people don't know why. Cows are just badasses.
I don't know if that's badass. It's neat.
Don't take that from the cows. They deserve that.
I took a lot more from the cows than just that.
If it was a little dry, like more dry, like a little more time, I think it would be really perfect.
Yeah, I needed more time.
That's pretty good though.
Can I have some more paper towels?
You'll take what you get. You'll make the most of it.
Thanks, I'm using both of these for myself.
Okay.
Spare one, Eddie.
Save the trees.
See, with just one sheet of paper.
So, Wadi, would you consider this a win? Oh, I guess not, right? Because it still needs more, like, longer.
I mean, not a failure. It's a work, like I said, it's a work in progress still. The reason I considered the last turkey I made to be a failure because I had nothing that I wanted. These are a lot drier than my first attempt because, trust me, I went through multiple paper plates on my own burger. Like, it was bad.
It's actually, I was really good. I'd eat it all, but you know me, ate like a bird. When you tell everybody that when you met me I was feral, so like Alan, like the third person, like Alan, calm down.
Let me see.
So, would you add it to your own menu if you opened up a restaurant next year?
That'd be cool. Restaurants.
I just looked at Portobello Mushroom Burger, and I don't see one that uses the mushroom cap as the bun. You're all using.
There's plenty of, like, in between the...
They're putting portobello mushrooms in it, or
Just
using
too
that
much
as the
bread.
patty.
Huh. Oh, look at that. Actually, kind of looks like a patty from over here.
I was gonna tell you next time, you should make it vegan. Like put
Like, if
put
I
a
was gonna
black
make
bean
it,
patty.
if I was gonna make it vegan, I have made a black bean burger before.
Yeah,
And
but put in between 2 mushrooms. That would be good.
I just use vegan buns.
No,
I can use mushrooms, but I did that in. They were vegan. Made vegan like bean burgers in high school for health class because they were like the assignment was to make like a healthy alternative to like fatty food or traditional food that's not normally very good for you, like burgers. And it was a huge hit. I had people asking me for more, and luckily I had some extras, but.
I saw this TikTok where they use like a spaghetti alternative. They fried a specific fruit, and then they used a fork to wind it like that, and it just like shredded already, so it looks like spaghetti. And you can just add a sauce to it.
Wow.
That looked interesting.
Squash?
I think it's squash.
Yeah, squash. You could do that. You put squash in the oven, and then you get a fork, and then you could cut it up. It comes out like spaghetti, and then you could throw tomato sauce. It's like a quick like ratatouille. Yeah.
Cool.
Total carbs, 3.3 grams, 1.8 grams of protein, and 0.3 grams of fat in a pork on mushroom.
I'm gonna learn how to make that ratatouille. I'm down.
My sister-in-law knows how to make it. I've yet to
The
try
movie
it.
made it look like it was made out of like pepperoni and shit, and
That's
turns
what
out
I
it's all
always
just
thought.
tomato.
I was like, meat. Oh, how many
I think
kinds
you
of meat
can.
do you think is
I
in
think
here?
you can.
I would want to taste it. Like I'm always the kind of guy. If I'm gonna taste a
Pepperoni
food for
very
the first
strong.
time, I'm gonna try it the way it's like the traditional way first, and then add to it, because I don't know. I like to start with something, and I like that something to be the normal way, because then from there I can go my own way. Because if I start with somebody else's way, I don't know
The way.
like yeah.
He don't know the way.
That's like hurt.
know
What
the way.
is that? Fuck you.
A ball
Hey,
of crap.
do you know the way?
Oh, my goodness.
But
That
yeah, no,
completely lost my train of thought.
this was a win. No mushrooms were harmed in the making of this video. It was delicious.
No, we
All the
fucked them
mushrooms
up.
were
Yeah.
harmed.
We started a 7-year war with the mushrooms.
The Mushroom Kingdom.
We said,
Oh no, Toad's gonna get after us.
and then
Yeah,
we
we
started a
had
7-year
so many
war.
toads were lost their lives to make us these burgers.
Yeah, like we've been at war with them for so long. Like our children's children now
They
battle our
will
battles
continue.
and wage war against their children of children.
I normally don't do this.
But we're actually gonna do real shrooms now. no,
That I've never done.
no, screw that. No. We have a caller. No, I'm just kidding.
well,
We have a caller on the line.
oh man, because today I had a weird interaction with somebody.
Well, I guess now we have to hear it because we got that reaction from Alan.
I put it on our group chat, but this
I forgot it.
Oh, me too, dude.
this
you know what I'm talking about.
this girl met on Tinder. We matched. We talked for a little bit, but I didn't go anywhere. And I was like, whatever. I haven't messaged her. I didn't message her since. I was like, no, this is a lost cause. I'm not gonna try anything. Fast forward about a week later
Since you talked to her.
since we last talked.
Mm-hmm.
I just get a little message saying, "Hey." I was like, "What the hell?" We start talking back and forth. Eventually, she gives me her number, blah, blah, blah. And then that's where I knew I fucked up, because ever since she's been trying to get me to pay for sex. I've been telling her, no, I don't want it. No, get away, leave me alone. And I thought, like, that was the end of it. You know, I would just say no, and
It's like 30% off sale.
And now she loves you.
no,
No,
that'd be weird.
it's like a Pretty Woman situation.
Yeah, I was like, she's like, let me know when you get here. I was like, what? I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna do this. It feels off. That's why I said. She's like, why? I'm like, because you were charging me for sex, which is whatever. You get your money, but I said no, and you're still asking me to go over. Like, that don't sound right. She's like, pay me now, then I'll go to you. I'm like, I'm not gonna pay. She's like, you are not serious. Like, I already said I'll pass. Well, the conversation was over already. She's like, okay, pay me $100 now and make me sure. I'm like, make you sure of what? Will you have sex with me? No. Like, it's literally how
Just
it went
no.
down. Just like,
Sounds
no.
like a cop. I'm just saying that.
She's like, so what do you want to do? I don't get you. What? I was like, what do you want to do? Hook up. What are you looking for here? I was like, I don't want to pay to hook up. No. She's like, okay, no problem. And now ever since she's been like, good morning. Like, why do you think?
I think
Good
that's
morning.
a cop.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure
pretty
that's
sure
a
it
cop. Yeah, now that I see it, dude, that's a cop. Trying to get you to say yes.
well, they're not gonna.
But
not
you
gonna
No
get
one's
anything out of
that
me.
persistent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they're not gonna
Yeah.
get anything out of me.
I told you all cops are bastards.
Well, I keep putting there. They're like, pay me, or you're gonna pay me, or no? I was like, no. And then she asked me like, well, I really want to buy this dress. I was like, well, good luck.
Buy it, bro.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah.
Oh man.
I'm thinking like just desperate, like she needed money, and then I think she's still messaging you because she thinks like maybe you'll say yes, but it's dumb. Like it's obviously not gonna happen. You've made it clear in your messages.
The lieutenant really wants you to get arrested.
If it is a cop, then they're really shitty.
Yeah.
If anything, go after somebody that might say yes.
I was
Fuckhead.
I was watching this.
Leave me alone.
I was watching this one about this guy. He would play Halo, and then the person playing
I know where this is
Halo
going.
was a cop, and then the cop would pretend to be a girl, and then like he thought that he was talking to a girl that was 23, but in one message she said she was 13, but then he's like, okay, well send me a picture, and it was a picture of the police officer. And then, like, the police officer obviously looks like a 30-year-old woman, but she's dressed like a teenager with, like, a gamer headset. She has, like, a tank top and little shorts. And he looks at that picture, and he's like, that ain't no 13-year-old. She must have meant to put 23 or something. So, like, he kept talking to her. And then, at one point, the cop was like, well, why don't you come over? And he was like, so we can play Halo together. So the guy, he packs up and to be honest, this guy looks a little like, he doesn't look like, you know, like handicapped or on the spectrum, but he looks a little slow. Like, he looks like if you told him that there's girls in that room and it's a dark room, he'd go in there like running. But like, yeah, so he took his Xbox, he goes, and then the officer tells him, oh, you should bring condoms. Like, and so as he's almost there, he turns around and goes and buys condoms, and he's like, oh, well, I mean, I was just gonna play with her, but she wants to fuck now, so maybe we'll see what happens. So he gets the condoms. And he goes back, and then it turns out to be like one of those Chris Hansen things. And then, like, yeah, he gets arrested, and then, like, so he's here saying his case, like, you know, they fucked with him. They kind of did, dude. It's entrapment. Like, yeah, there's a little the
It's a real gray area.
Yeah,
there.
the shade. It's a little gray, and it's a little shady because she did say she was 13 at one point, and then she sent the picture, and it's obviously a 30-year-old cop. Hello, brother.
Yeah, like that. Hello, fellow children.
Like, yeah, like it's like that, and I'm like, man, fuck cops for doing that. That's not cool. Like, so yeah, like I think some of these are entrapment. Even some of these are Chris Hansen. Like, Chris Hansen's a dickhead. Like, dude, like he does do some pretty good journalism. He does get some creeps, but some of these guys, like they get fed bullshit. Like, there's even some that. There was one guy, he didn't go meet the girl, but he talked to her, and then he stopped, and Chris Hansen still sent cops over there, and then the guy killed himself.
What?
Like, yeah, that's the whole reason Dateline fucking took him off the air soon after. Well, maybe 2 seasons later, but yeah, there was a guy, he started talking to a girl, they went, and he was gonna go, but then he didn't, but they did have logs of him talking to a girl. So when they rounded up everybody and did the whole trap thing, they still sent SWAT to his house to arrest him because he still technically was trying to talk to an underage girl. So when the police went in there to arrest him, he blew his head off, dude. And then, like, this is the reason, like, you can look it up. It was a whole thing. I
don't think I wanted to look up. Dude blows his head off.
It doesn't show, but like there's a police report and everything, and that's why in certain states they've even dropped the charges on these Dateline arrests. Like, I think it's like Montana will not prosecute anybody who's been arrested through those kind of like sting operations anymore. Like, cause dude, like, cops are kind of like getting out of hand with that cyber stuff.
There's a whole thing.
Yeah, the
I don't know,
internet,
like
interwebs.
It goes back to the whole thing. Nothing's black and white.
They need to turn off the internet. No more internet. No nothing. Not even this show.
I was about to say, I was like, well, fuck us, right?
You're gonna have to come and see us outside.
7 years in the making, go fuck yourselves.
Agree.
It's gonna be the Greek theater. Like we're gonna do the show outside, and everybody's gonna be there sitting like Indian style. Like, yeah, we're the greatest song. We were here since day
Have
one.
you seen those like what do you call them? Auditoriums?
Yeah, like they
Outside
have one in Corpus, right?
They're super.
Oh, I was gonna say mausoleum. That's a fucking tomb.
Yeah.
Amphitheaters.
Yeah, those are aesthetically pleasing. I would want one in my backyard. Just fuck it. We'll watch something on the projector. Screw it. Give a shit.
With piano by yourself.
By yourself?
Yeah, at the little concert.
You see like Snow White, like the bunnies and the deer.
Aw.
Go to
Yeah.
watch.
Yeah, there is one in Corpus by the bay, right? The water.
I think it's outside like the art museum.
Mm-hmm.
Something
It's
like
the
that.
mausoleum. The mausoleum flow, like Jay-Z.
Mausoleum flow.
There's a song. He's like, what song is it? Like, flow down the mausoleum flow. Like,
There's a song. What song?
Couldn't tell you.
it's the one that goes. Oh, never mind. I can't even. It's the one they show like in all the car commercials.
I was about to say, I was like, careful about like singing it because we got our first copyright claim.
Yeah!
Hey, we're legit
we
now.
made it. We made it.
Here's Ninja with presenting us the award.
I got the notification pretty much as soon as the previous episode 10 got uploaded. It was like copyright claim on your channel because of like the video of the pigs or the hogs hunting, all that.
How?
And it was like all revenue generated by the video will go to the people that made the claim. I was like, good luck, fuckheads. We don't monetize this show. So,
But how do they find that? Like, how do they figure
There's-
out a video needs to be?
There's software, that like YouTube has YouTube has software, right? Like an algorithm that detects if you're using like software that isn't like
Easy way
licensed.
to avoid it. We could have sped it up or slow it down, along with muting it. But I mean,
we're
Yeah,
not
at
monetizing
the
this.
same rate.
It's a
we-
copyright claim,
we
not a
only-
strike. So it doesn't affect our
We
channel.
do this out of pure enjoyment.
Yeah, we do this for you guys, the fans, for viewers like you.
Yeah, if anything, they got free advertisement from us. So
Yeah.
It's free real estate.
And
It
honestly,
can't-
I would want to go.
It couldn't have been-
We're on board.
it couldn't have been like whatever music was playing because we had it muted. So
Mm-hmm.
I think we just played too much of the video.
Yeah,
So
it's like over 30 seconds, I think. Yeah.
so we'll just not do that from now on.
We'll
So,
be careful.
I mean, unless we're doing
No,
like
we don't.
Patreon.
unless we're doing like gameplay videos, which
And you
You
make
get
an OnlyFans. And it's just us on the podcast. That's
like,
it.
like those girls I said.
Oh no.
enlighten me.
No, you remember?
And then what?
I don't remember.
In the
And then what,
group
Alan?
chat on Crusty Bottom Boys.
Oh,
What I said about those girls, yeah. No, don't do that for money, Eddie.
Tams, I think he's talking about you.
No, don't say that. No.
I'm not doxing anybody.
But no, yeah, it's pretty funny. We should totally make a
I got
Patreon.
burn noticed.
Burn notice.
Some guy takes some.
Who the fuck watches burn notice?
Burn notice is shit.
You haven't
You
seen
have no
Aziz
cable?
Ansari's joke about it?
No,
He's got like a fucking 13-year-old cousin or nephew, whatever, that watches Burn Notice. Like, who the fuck watches Burn Notice? Travis watches Burn Notice.
I love Burn Notice. Burn Notice is really cool. It's like,
I haven't
it's
seen
alright.
much of. I haven't seen much of it. I think I saw like one episode when I was like 12.
He used to be
I
like,
love the show, but you can tell it's dated.
yeah, hell yeah, it's OG. Yeah, it's like USA in its prime days, like 08. But it's about
Oh,
yeah,
what's the prime days?
yeah. Well, they had like a bunch
What,
of
the
that.
housing market?
Yeah,
Yeah, like 2008.
like
you know,
USA had that. They had Nip Tuck. They had a couple shows that were really.
I actually
bad.
watched Nip Tuck.
Yeah, and everybody loved Nip Tuck. And Rizzoli and Isles, like
We watched shit we really shouldn't have watched.
Yeah, well, we were like, yeah, Nip Tuck was pretty bad.
Because
CSI.
FX has the movies. No.
Dude, today,
Oh no.
my trainer was talking about that he used to he worked at a call center and they would get free DirecTV because he worked at that call. Yeah, you guys must know which call center or what company this is. They're not DirecTV obviously anymore. But yeah, so he used to work for DirecTV. He used to get free cable, And he was saying like, oh, like when you work there, you get free DirecTV. So that's the only reason I stayed. And I was like, it's not bad. I was like, you get FX? He's like, fuck yeah, I get FX. They got the movies, right? He's like, fuck yeah, they got the movies. I was like, alright, do some laundry, cook barbecue a bit to some FX.
Nobody,
fuck yeah.
nobody knew about this, but Alan was in their heads.
Yeah.
Played him like a fiddle. That's what he does.
It's like the
best.
hackers. You're like, I'm in.
FX,
The most
FX.
easiest hackable system is the human mind.
I was like, FX. Anybody like FX? I fucking love FX. And then what happened too? Like he was like, he was like talking about something. He was like, I told my girl, you know, like I don't know if I'd ever cheat on you. She's like, what do you mean you don't know? Like, and I was like, yeah, like what if you meet Scarlett Johansson? Like, what if I meet ScarJo? I was like, that's what I'm fucking saying.
Yeah, that's what I think about this podcast. What if we have Scarlett Johansson? So what about
President Obama first.
What's it like you suing Disney? You know,
I can't believe.
Good for her.
Whoa!
So
I
this
saw that, but didn't read into it yet.
So check
Catch
this out.
me up.
All right. So yeah, it's a crazy. I know. I was eager.
it's
'cause
crazy.
It is crazy.
Crazy.
So like, I think when it came to all the movies that she's been in, she was only getting paid a fraction of what everybody else was. She is probably not.
She's like a B character. Right?
Yeah. So exactly. So she wasn't getting paid like blockbuster money like Chris Hemsworth or what's his name, Captain America or Tony Stark.
Chris Evans.
Yeah.
Rob Downey Jr.
So the word was, what I heard from an insider is that supposedly this was gonna be her big break. Depending on the revenue, Black Widow was supposed to be like accumulation of her for 3 years, being told like, hey, all right, you're getting paid this now. There's a build up though. This is
because they delayed it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
So they went ahead and they were like, all right, boom, like this is your big shot. This is your money. You're gonna get your money. We promise. Like this is your hit.
Yeah.
And then she only got paid a fraction of the revenue due to the fact that it wasn't a theater hit.
Yeah,
It- it
that's
went-
true.
They put it in both
Yeah.
theaters and Disney Plus
Like-
streaming.
And she only got the theater
Mhm.
chunk of it.
And it's even crazier. There was even a bigger point where yeah, like it was because they split it between her, and this was supposed to be her big break. But the thing is, depending on how they treat her in regards to this big issue, it defines the future of other stars that want to work with Disney. If they could just as easily swindle you the way they did her, and she's Scarlett Johansson, imagine how many other actors are gonna go ahead and pull out of fucking being with Disney. It's gonna start a movement. That's what I'm saying. Cause
It has started. Well,
Yeah.
not with just with
Especially
Disney.
Shang-Chi
yeah.
and the tensions going around with China. I don't know.
And did you
Yeah.
also hear that now this morning what other actor now there
Cruella. Is that what you're talking about?
yeah Emma Stone
Emma
is also
Stone?
suing for Cruella,
Uh-huh.
and then there's a male actor that's suing for another thing. I think it might be The Rock is suing for a release that also came out back
Purely on like
on streaming because they're promised a big
it's,
paycheck.
The boat one.
Yeah,
right?
Jungle Cruise.
Jungle Cruise.
Jungle Cruise
Yeah.
with Emily Blunt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
A lot of actors are now suing because like they're
getting the theatrical cut, but
Yeah.
they're not getting the Disney Plus.
yeah, streaming.
Mhm.
Oh, and that's a big chunk.
Yeah, a lot more right now. That's what's going on. And I forgot, like there was something like Scarlett Jo, like it's just because she put up with a lot of this is what I was gonna say. She's the executive producer of Black Widow. Not only was she expecting a big payout, but do you know why she was expecting a big one? Executive producers, they get that title because they fund it with their own money.
Mhm.
Yeah, she put her own money into the project.
Damn.
And they're fucking her over on it still. Yeah.
like just like us, you and I would be like executive producers of the documentary.
Yeah, and then they would be
Like how
shitting
much money
on
we
it.
pumped into it, but
And then boom, we would get cut off.
Get off your high horse, Eddie.
And, well, it's because Scarlett
sorry,
Johansson.
just bring myself back down to earth.
There you go.
She,
Humble pie.
Scarlett was she said I'm not sure how truthful this is, but she says that Disney specifically put like in the contract that it was just going to be released in theaters for a while, and then I guess just Disney Plus. But and Scarlett wanted that so she can make as much money as she can at the beginning when it's the most popular. Like everyone wants to see it, but no, they didn't honor it. and they went with both.
Which is really stupid. Like,
If it's on contract, that's gonna be a big deal.
not only that, but you would think they would do it with someone smaller.
Mm-hmm.
But I know there was this whole, like, some people tried to start a thing about, like, when Scarlett Johansson first came out in, like, Iron Man 2, she didn't get nearly as much money as, like, Captain America and Iron Man and all that. But the thing is, you know, when you start off, you don't get that kind of money.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even Tony's, like, Robert Downey Jr. didn't make millions off Iron Man 1.
I think
No.
Vin did the same thing with Iron Man 1.
It, like, came up, he started getting more and more as his notoriety rose. You know, he started getting paid more and more for his roles because, you know, that. And then Scarlett Johansson, she's not going to be fucking cheap.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm like a casting director, if I'm like in charge of the budget, I'm gonna if we like Scarlett Johansson, you already know she's gonna bring people in.
If I remember correctly, during like the middle making of the Avengers, they were talking about the pay cuts, and Robert Downey Jr. didn't like how some of them were getting gypped, so he just did not want to continue with the movie till they fixed it. So that was a big flex
Mhm.
on him.
Well, I mean, they're
So-
not gonna fucking go on without
Yeah.
him.
Exactly. He's so big. So like
I think Scarlett Johansson is that big now too.
Mhm.
yeah.
Like
Yeah, you think 5 Avengers? You think Black Widow's one of them?
like I think you know there's a lot of controversy. Like a lot of people get pissed about like gender bending, you know, roles and whatever.
like an Avatar.
Yeah.
Female.
But if they like suddenly come out with a whole different actress, no matter who it is, that isn't
Like,
Scarlett Johansson playing Black Widow, people are gonna be up in arms. Because you already know some fuckery was happening behind the scenes that caused Scarlett Johansson to leave. She's not just gonna give that up because that's gonna be a huge fucking paycheck. Not only that, she seems to like the role. I might be wrong. I don't know her personally, but you know, giving like interviews and stuff, she seems to have fun, like working with Marvel and things like that. But apparently, like with this going on,
That's shitty. It's gonna
it's
dictate
real
the
fucking
future.
shitty. Like,
And-
and she's too big to just say, tell her to fuck off. She's gonna have people behind her.
For
Good,
sure.
like I'm like if anything, I applaud for her for what she's doing.
Yes.
I fully agree with what she's fighting.
Especially if it was in her contract. And that's like the craziest thing. Like in the 90s, like 91, and like people would talk about this like on forums and on like in comic magazines. That the biggest issue would be if they ever did decide to do a big motion picture with superheroes. Like eventually, one thing would be if they did the Avengers, they're gonna fight about who gets paid what. This was in the early 90s, dude. Before there was even like Iron Man was just a dream in the drain. Like there was no good Marvel movies yet. People were already saying.
Iron Man
like-
was a nobody.
Yeah, like if they were to make movies, they would probably all have a hard time discussing who gets paid what.
Well, shit. The reason they even chose Iron Man to start off with was because like they were essentially scraping the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, they were only left with so many, I think, characters they could still
Like
use.
Fox had Spider-Man and the X-Men. They're like, well,
Fantastic
shit, we lost
Four.
our big fucking Fantastic Four. Oh.
They messed it up. I think they did it on purpose too. Just
Yeah.
to say fuck you, Marvel.
But-
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, they were like, well, shit, we gave up like our biggest, our money makers, like our bombshells. Essentially, we're gonna have to like go somewhere else. And
And that's because 2 decades later, they still only got half of Spider-Man. They don't even have Spider-Man all the way back.
Yeah, and they got the Hulk. I
Yeah,
think.
they own the
Yeah.
Hulk.
well, Disney bought 20th Century Fox.
So
but
now they
Sony
can't.
owns Spider-Man.
Sony, my bad.
They're not gonna give
Oh.
it up.
Well, they said they'll do a collaboration.
Yeah,
They're not gonna give them up.
So I heard that the deal with that is Sony keeps the money for the movies, and Marvel keeps the money of the merchandise. So any Spider-Man toys, action
Also,
figures,
they're
movies,
pulling George Lucas.
video games, magazines, comics. They keep the fun. They keep the money from that. But the movies,
I feel like that would make a lot more money.
Yeah. The reason I say like pulling George Lucas is because when it comes to the Star Wars franchise, with like it's 20th Century Fox, right?
he sold LucasArts, I think. Yeah, and then
No, this is like at the very very beginning.
I think
He wasn't gonna make money off the movies, like the rights, like things like that. It was more merchandise.
Yeah.
And at the time, I think it was 20th Century Fox that he made the deal with. That were like easy steal, and then the merchandise brought in a fuck ton of money.
Yeah.
Like
Star Wars
holy
nerds
shit!
love
He was
their
like,
toys.
"You guys will keep all the money from the movies, and I'll just get all the money from the merchandise." And now you got super nerds being like, I got this mint Jango Fett action figure. It's still in the box. I haven't touched it. This thing's worth like $45,000.
The Lego
Whatever.
collabs alone. Imagine the money in the Legos that they make for Star Wars.
And that's because Lego's Star Wars is better than regular Star Wars.
Like imagine how many sets a month are pumped out that are Star Wars. There is constantly a Star Wars Lego something.
Shit, and I want to buy one. Shit, like, I want the Millennium Falcon. I want the Death Star. My favorite ship is a TIE Interceptor or the X-Wing.
Like 3 of the most common toys are like Hot Wheels, Spider-Man, and Star Wars. It's crazy.
Oh, whatever happened to Bionicle?
Oh man, I used to have one of those.
All the edgy kids grew up. Like all the cringy.
Oh, but that plot, the lore.
Oh, God.
it
I
was
was-
deep.
I don't remember what the lore was, but even as a kid, like my mom just randomly came back with like a Bionicle game for the PS2, and you know when you're like 12 or not, I don't even think it was 12. I was probably like 9, and you don't really know what's good or bad.
Mm-hmm.
I knew this was bad.
It's like-
It was a terrible fucking
It's like
game.
They got a bunch of Kyles together and they all wrote the script
It
for
was
Bionicle.
so fucking boring.
You played that
Damn.
game too with the mask? They have like a golden mask.
Oh, dude, I think actually.
Yeah,
Let me
there was like
look
a
it
whole
up.
toy about it at McDonald's. It's
Let me
like
see.
Bionicle game for kids who hate
How do you
their
spell
parents.
Bionicle?
Bio?
No, you got it.
Let's
Oh
see.
no, the dead cat.
La, 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 la.
I got you, fam.
Alright, let's mute that. Alright. This game
Excuse me.
garbage.
Was that bad? Was
Yeah.
that-
This is what it looked like. I remember this now.
Do you remember, like, man, these graphics are cutting edge. They'll never get better than this.
No, I remember fucking hating this game. I was like, whenever I was
This
bored,
game looks like
Chrome didn't
shit.
shut down correctly. Oh well, Nibala.
That Bionicle's thick.
That's
That Bionicle.
Oh my.
Hold on, there's a fucking texture glitching right there. Their fucking face doesn't even stay on their model. Platu.
That Bionicle's
I don't know
thick.
who these people are. I think I had this one.
Shoulder pads came back like into fashion.
Oh, did you know this is where they got inspired by the NFL? Look, watch his face disappear.
Wow.
We were expected to like ignore that.
Yeah, I guess. This one was the worst.
Anything flying is the worst. I hate flying in every
Remember
single
This is
game.
more like
in
gliding,
Spyro when you have to
but-
play as Sergeant Penguin?
Yeah.
It's bullshit. It's the same bullshit here.
And the obligatory lava level, which controlled like ass.
Imagine having this for like a VR.
Why didn't you just get SSX Tricky? You remember that one, Tricky?
Yeah. Oh man, this game was awful.
Man, the 2000s were terrible.
Yeah, when was this released?
2002.
I'm stupid. I'm over here. It was like 2019. Like no, it's 2003.
2003.
That was really close.
Yeah.
I could tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could tell. There was a lot of good PS2 games. That one wasn't one of them.
that
that one
Yeah.
wasn't one of them.
I still my.
I got you, fam.
Was it in this recording when I was like, guess where we're recording the audio?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't
This
this one.
little
Yeah, it
guy.
was- Oh no, it wasn't. That was the
Those are
second
for-
one.
Mhm.
Little B plays a lot of PS2.
He keeps falling.
What's his name again?
No.
What's his name?
Yeah, it's probably making a lot of noise.
Melvin?
Sorry. Melvin? What?
Melvin?
Little B.
Lil B. No, I was talking about Lil B. He's a rapper. He's like super underground. He plays like PS2 games.
That's nice.
Is
So
he the one-
circling back to
Oh. Yeah, let's circle
Super
back.
underground.
but like circling back to like Scarlett Johansson, like I feel
We come from Scarlett Johansson to Bionicle.
Nah, I want to hear this. I want to hear this. Go.
no, I feel like we're missing a huge chunk of information here. We're only seeing the front end. I feel like in the back end, think of like COVID 2020. They lost a lot of revenue with the Disneyland, Disney World, the Carnival cruises.
Disney in space.
They
see
lost
it.
a lot of revenue, like millions a day.
Michael Eisner.
So it would
trying to
make
get his
sense
space
if
too.
they would just like make that like more money during the first openings and then later on, pay them back But if it's under contract, they still got to pay up. It's already written.
They still gotta pay up.
So, like, I wouldn't feel bad either, you know? Like, yeah, you got to pay off your debt or else, you know, there's no more Disney. It'd be over up in a night.
And Disney has lawyers, like, forever. They can, like, lobby this forever. Like, keep this going. Like, they got legal. Like, I wonder how good ScarJo's, like, legal team. Because you're fighting the mouse. You're fighting the mouse.
Literally.
Are you a man or a mouse?
Oh. One needs master, one needs dog. Have you guys realized that?
What?
About Goofy and
Goofy
Pluto?
and Pluto. Oh
Yeah,
my
they're
God.
both
Yeah,
dogs.
everyone's like, well, what makes Pluto?
Well,
A sub
Goofy
to
is
Mickey.
the missing link.
Yeah.
A son.
One needs master, one needs dog.
Like Karl Marx, like it's
God.
like communism.
We gotta get to the bottom of this.
Show me.
Oh,
What are you
okay.
gonna
Oh my god.
We gotta get to the bottom of
Show
like
me
why.
the picture of the guy in the yellow suit and Curious George. It's the same thing.
Why?
One just less evolved than the other. That's it.
I
That's
guess.
it. End of story.
He's always
Man, evolution really
George.
fucked
I don't
Pluto. Then he could have had like opposable thumbs.
Hey, doggies, dog world.
Pluto likes being Pluto. It's like that. It's like weird.
Are you sure?
No,
Does Goofy like?
That's Goofy.
I'm just
You
saying.
fucked that up.
No, I was just doing it because I can.
I mean, Pluto should be jealous. I mean, Goofy got to sing with fucking Paramore or Evanescence. I mean, wake me up inside. Really?
They didn't sing with Evanescence. They just
No.
did
Did a cover.
That's my headcanon. He sang with them. I'm like, who do you think played the background
Was
music?
it Skillet that you said had two female singers?
Had a female singer, yes.
I did not know Skillet had a female in it. Like I thought like it was a girl from Evanescence in the band, but then she's like
Every
duh.
single song, they had a
Yeah.
female singer in there. He said,
That's the part
Nah.
where she goes, feel like a monster.
"It's a come on, dude."
Yeah, the girl sings like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, in that song, okay, other songs she has, she's more softer.
She got range.
She got range.
I don't know who she is, but
She's like Wishbone.
Oh gosh! And with that, I think
Compared
we've hit
female
about
to a
we've hit a good
dog, and
ending point.
That we're stopping it here.
I was
Before
just
we get
referencing
canceled.
Wishbone's like magnificent talent and rage, dude. That
all
dog
he can do is read.
he can act. He can act,
No,
Danny. That dog has heart.
He's all CGI. He never
No.
existed.
He's dead.
It's
He's dead. He's a dog.
well, way to bum everybody out in the last fucking
Yeah,
part of the
Wishbone's-
podcast.
they had, like, 3.
Once again, we're not experts in any of the things you talked about. Obviously, if it wasn't, if you couldn't tell, I don't know what to tell you. So take everything we say with a grain of salt. I don't know if Wishbone's actually dead. He probably is.
They had 3. Like Lassie? I'm just breaking hearts over here.
Jesus
Let's go.
Christ, bro.
How is that bad? They
You're
had-
just like, hey, remember this dog? It's dead. Remember this one? Airbud? He's dead. All his puppies, they're
Marley?
dead. Marley and me, they killed him on.
I
in-
wanted
in
to actually give a fun fact about it, but that's
Thank
not-
you all so much for watching. We'll see you next week. Goodbye and good night and take care.